have lots of crazy conversations, but this time you're invited. You're listening to your favorite mother-daughter duo, the Crozier Girls.
To tell you.
Do you see I'm wearing my Navy sister shirt again?
I see it. It's so cute. Yeah. Is it crazy that your brother is like a member of like
I know. I didn't realize
active
he was
military?
like literally. He's like he currently ranks above like tens of thousands of men.
I know, it's weird. And even he's like, it's so weird because I have absolutely no idea what all this is about. You know, he's been 3 weeks at his new student indoctrination is what NSI stands for. And so anyway, he just got back last night. It's been a crazy couple of weeks without him home, but he's back and he looks great. And the graduation was crazy. I don't want to jump in. Like, I feel like, where are we going to start? Because we haven't talked in a while, and there's
no.
a lot in this episode.
I know. Well, I have some like fluff questions for you,
Okay.
or fluff. So let's start with that. Let's start with the
Okay.
lighthearted, like random stuff.
Yes, and I have some stuff too. Like, so much stuff.
Okay.
It's wild.
First of all, are you going to be making fig pizza at any point this week? Because you do have more figs, and I was just curious.
I can.
Okay, because I didn't get any last time.
Okay. Do you want to come over for some fig pizza?
Correct. That is what I'm inviting myself over to do.
What is your schedule this week?
I think I'm free, like, let's see, Thursday or Friday evening. I'm free.
Okay.
You don't have to if you'd rather use the figs for something else. I was just curious.
I just have to keep Micah from eating them. Gran and Granddad just dropped off 3 plates of figs, and Micah has already eaten 1 whole plate.
That's what they said. They said we watched him eat the whole plate in front of us. So.
Yeah, he did. Which,
well,
you know,
since it's 2, I could contribute. I may not eat all mine on my own, you know.
Okay. I mean, we still have 2 plates, so I think we'll be fine. It doesn't take that much to make it.
Okay.
So, let me just check with Micah and see kind of what his schedule is and, you know, the schedule for the rest of the week. But yeah, we could probably do Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
So,
It's okay if not, but I was just curious.
That's great.
You're going to make it.
Fluff question number 1, down, check.
Yep.
Moving on.
The other thing is I feel like we have to acknowledge this. It happened like a week or 2 ago, but again, we haven't been on here in a while. We need to wish a happy birthday to our very favorite monkey, Punch.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Punch. We love you. We're so thankful for your life.
Yeah, we're glad that you have bonded with the other monkeys. And
yeah.
I mean, do we have a Punch update? Is he still carrying around his plushie?
I would say I saw an update, but honestly, I don't believe anything I see these days. It's probably AI.
Yeah, true.
That he was like now taking care of younger monkeys at the zoo. Like he's like, yeah, I don't think it's real.
I mean, that would make for a great Netflix documentary. But I'm like you. I'm skeptical. Literally everything I see online. So.
Yeah, but I feel like if things were going bad, we would have an update. So I'm gonna say things are probably going good for him.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
I wonder if the zoo is still like overrun with people trying to see Punch.
I don't know. I mean, I don't
and
know.
also, like now he looks like all the rest of the monkeys, and if he's not carrying around his plushie, then I don't know that people would even know which one was Punch, right?
Yeah, but like the workers there know, you know, they know, and so they would probably be like, "Oh, this is Punch," and I would still see him as an adult, even if he doesn't have his plushie with him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So happy birthday, Punch
Happy
the monkey.
birthday.
We're
Happy
glad
first
you made
birthday.
it to 1.
Yeah, we were a little worried there for a little bit.
We were worried about him. So okay, good.
Aw,
Thank you
so
for
cute.
reminding us of that momentous occasion.
Yeah, it just needed to be mentioned on the pod.
Okay, good. I'm glad you remembered that.
Oh man. Okay. The other thing that I thought was interesting is I kind of wanted to give a really quick little update on my low level goals. That's what they're called. My low level goals. Since we're like halfway through the year.
Okay.
And I have them like typed out on my phone. I see them every time I go to update the podcast. It's like a little reminder to me. So I just thought I would give a little update.
Please do, because I don't even remember what mine were. They're not on my podcast
You said you were going to get,
note
all
app.
I remember is that you were going to get new pillows. Was that a goal?
It was a goal, and I have not done that.
Okay.
So
you
I've
need to get on
basically stunk up on that. I know one of mine was like to clean something out every month, like a closet or a drawer. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good about that, actually.
Okay.
So I feel good about that. I could definitely up my game and start tackling the playroom, aka computer room, aka dad's office, but I'm gonna have to save that for when it cools off because that room is too hot for me to be up there right now. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so update on your low levels. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So one of my goals was to become a sourdough expert. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an expert. However, I make sourdough almost weekly at this point,
Yeah.
and
And it's good.
it's decent. Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is
that
good.
actually
So
I'm very proud of. Yeah.
well done. Well done.
The other thing is find a new favorite show. Have I started a single new show this year and actually watched it all the way through? I don't think I have. So I really think that's something I still need to work on because I'm really
Okay.
bad at watching shows unless
Okay.
they're trashy reality shows that come out season by season. Because I
We
guess
know you
those I
like
have
that.
watched.
Well, I started watching a new show, and so maybe you could start with this. It's the new Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's on Netflix, and I was, like, expecting to hate it because how do you improve on the original? Um, but I don't hate it. I actually like it. I haven't read, like I'm trying not to read reviews or listen to other
Mhm.
people's opinions about it because I feel like sometimes when I do that, then I let
It
what they say
influences.
inform my opinion. And I
Yeah.
just wanted to watch it. I saw it pop up and I was like, "Oh, a new Little House on the Prairie." So, I do like it.
Okay.
I have finished season 1 where basically they move to the prairie and then basically the prairie catches fire and they lose it. They have to move on. They don't have the money to stay there.
Mm.
They actually don't get the land for free. And remember, it's the whole fight with the Indian tribes and blah blah. Anyway,
Mhm.
so they're moving on now to Wisconsin to Walnut Grove is where they're gonna go with Mr. Edwards. But see, I think a lot of the storylines are similar. They're the same, but there's also some, like, differences. There's some
Mhm.
different characters for sure, and there's a lot more diversity in this particular series, which I guess that's I didn't say Siri, I said series. My stupid phone's trying to call Siri because I said series. Anyway, I guess that's just because we're in 2026 and they probably have to have more diversity. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't think it's super realistic. Like,
Yeah.
the doctor and the storekeeper are both African Americans, which again, like, great. I love it. I'm just not sure back in the 1800s that would have been
Right.
reality, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, there's a Native American Indian, and he's, like, super well educated. I mean, he speaks perfect English. He has, like, the nicest house in the prairie area at that time. So, again, it's like, is this really, accurate portrayal? Probably not, but, other than that, I think it's good. I think the casting is really good. I
Okay.
really like Pa. I really like Ma as a redhead.
Oh,
So
she's a redhead. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
so
Redheads
well done.
represent.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, she's good. I think Laura is the character of Laura is great.
Okay. Oh, I need to
Um,
watch it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's good. I really
Okay.
like it. So they did a good job with casting, I felt like. That's a hard thing
Okay.
to replicate because like, Michael
Yeah.
Landon is Pa, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
and so how do you change that?
Mhm.
But I think they did a really good job. So I
Yeah.
would
Okay.
say start with Little
Cool.
House on the Prairie if you're looking for a
Yeah.
new show, although it's kind of like a old show made new. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So I also wanted to give you an update on the book club for troublesome women, The
Yes.
Women of
Oh my goodness.
Concordia. I have
How
finished the
are
book,
they? You did. Oh my
and
goodness.
it was so good, Rebecca. I feel like you need to listen to the rest of the audiobook, but I've just basically given you, like, the rundown. So I finished it on the airplane on the way to Chicago this past weekend, and it's the perfect book because there's conflict, but the end of the book is, like, perfect conflict resolution, and all the main book club women characters have, like, a good ending. So,
Good.
so, like, Charlotte, the crazy woman, ends up oh my gosh, so much crazy stuff goes down. She has this big graduation party for her daughter and who's graduating from high school, And the daughter got a really fancy camera from Charlotte's parents, who really don't like Charlotte, but they really love her husband. And anyway, they don't like Charlotte because she's whatever, right? Like beats to her own drum, marches to the beat of her own drum. And heaven forbid we do that, right? We're not conformists. But anyway,
Right.
so the grandparents give the granddaughter this really fancy camera. So she doesn't like big crowds. So she's like walking around outside taking pictures, and she takes a picture of her father in the bushes in some compromising situation with one of his secretaries. She develops the
Wait.
film, and then she's at Oxford is where she went to college. She mails it to her mom. Charlotte then proceeds to use it to basically get free from her scoundrel husband and get financially set for life. And so good for Charlotte. She's out from underneath this guy who was basically just using her all this time. And her parents were threatening if she divorced him, they were going to take the kids from her and all this crazy stuff. So anyway,
goodness.
so Charlotte uses these pictures and she basically goes in like a boss with her dad and her husband are in this like boardroom, and she goes in and is like, this is what I'm doing. And they're like, whatever, they try to whatever. And she's like, this is what I have. And I have it ready and queued up, addressed to every news station, and I will be sending it if you don't give me my demands. So they did. So they gave her her demands.
My goodness.
So that's Charlotte. Bitsy's husband comes in and tells her he wants a divorce because he's gotten some barmaid pregnant. Remember when?
Not surprised. Literally not surprised.
Yeah,
He went off for a few days.
He went off for like 5 days.
Happy and absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
even surprised.
So he divorces and she basically takes the house and all of that, which, I mean, I say these are happy endings, but they kind of are for these women that were basically being treated terribly. So anyway,
we don't condone divorce.
Yeah, exactly. Margaret and Walt's marriage gets so much better. Margaret writes a crazy good piece for the newspaper, and her stupid editor fired her for it. So all of her friends took up money to buy an ad in the magazine so she could run the article. And that basically opened doors for her in the
same magazine that she was fired from?
Yeah. They bought ad space.
But how did that ad get past review? How did that even happen?
I don't know, Rebekah. This is a book, okay? This is fiction.
Okay, sorry.
And it was a lot of money. And I guess back then, if you paid for the advertising, they would run it. So I don't know. The editor probably didn't see it. I don't know. But anyway, and that kind of opened a bunch of doors for her. And she ended up being like this award-winning journalist. And she was at a luncheon with Jackie Kennedy like the weekend before President Kennedy was shot and killed. So that was like,
oh my gosh,
the climax of the book, and it was like crazy. So that was Margaret. And then Viv went on, her daughter went on to like do all kinds of cool things and became a doctor, and her kids are awesome, and Viv's life ended great. So anyway, it all ended up well of the women of Concordia.
Glad.
And at the end it flashed forward to like modern day, and Margaret was receiving this award for some newspaper or magazine piece she had written, and she was like in her 70s, and her and Walt like walked, they lived like in town, and all of the friends were there. Viv was there, Bitsy was there, but Charlotte had passed away, and her daughter Denise came and was there. So anyway, it was really sweet. So
this is so sweet.
I know. It was like the perfect like bow, tying a nice neat bow on the end of the book. So anyway, I just gave away the ending. If anybody's gonna read the book, I'm sorry. But it was a really good book. So that's the update on the women of Concordia. So there's that.
That sounds so sweet. Thank you for updating me. I didn't know if you'd finished it or not.
Yeah, I had. It was so good. There's so much on my list. I cannot even. Okay.
I know. I have so much too.
Okay. Here is another book recommendation. I need for you to stop what you're reading and download these books and start reading them. They are so good. The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. Rebekah Abigail Crozier. Oh my gosh. So they're like Jane Austen-ish, feel vibe to them, right? And it's this girl, Emma M. Lyon, and it's her journals. is basically what these books are. And she has, you can log into my Kindle if you have a Kindle you want to read them on, because I've
I don't have a
did
Kindle.
Kindle Unlimited, so I could have them all. Anyway,
I don't have.
she's writing these journals. She was orphaned and she was left this house, but her crotchety old cousin gets to live in the house until he dies. And all of these different series of events happen. And I will be sitting here reading this book, dying laughing in bed. And Dad's like, what is so funny? And Rebekah, you are going to love this girl.
Okay.
I mean, she is full of sass. She is so witty. She is, I mean, these books are so good. And it's a whole bunch of different volumes. I've read volume 1. I'm reading volume 2 now. I think there's 5 or 6 of them. I can't remember. But they're kind of short, like each volume is kind of short.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness, you have to read them. If I have to buy them for you, I will. I can't find them in any library. They're so good. They are, my goodness.
They're not the
I may want
library?
to have like the hard copies of them, because I have a feeling there's like drawings in them too, which it doesn't show on Kindle. So anyway, I don't know, maybe not.
I
but
also don't have a Kindle, so I'd have to like read them on my phone, which like
yeah,
isn't
that's
great,
not
but
ideal. Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, they're the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. If you like Pride and Prejudice, if you like that era, get these books ASAP, and you're going to thank me for them. They're so good. Okay, so I have that on my list.
I've never heard of them. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't. They're so good. Like I want to go read right now. I just want to be like, okay, guys, I'm done. Podcast over. I'm going to read.
How many are there? Is it a series?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a series. I think there's like 7 or 8 of them. Like I said, they're pretty short. They're quick reads, like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. They're not maybe not even that much. So anyway, okay. I don't know if you knew this, but Pop and Gaga were up at Big Canoe last week. And did you know that Gaga tripped over a nail and face planted?
Yes, I did know. Amberly told me, and then I talked with them about it on Sunday, and Gaga joked that she was going to sue the homeowners of the house.
Okay, well, yeah. She needs to be suing herself for not being able to take steady steps. I mean, those nails do not stick up that high.
Well, she's almost 80 years old, so
she
sue
had
herself.
Bruises like this.
I know,
mean,
I saw
all
them
over her
on
nose.
Sunday. I know.
So anyway, that was crazy and terrible.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And then, okay, we have to talk about this too. You're gonna die.
Okay.
Did McKinney tell you about the camp meeting he went to with a friend of his?
The what meeting?
Camp meeting.
No.
Okay, Rebekah. McKinney has one of his new roommates at college, or I think it's a roommate. I'm not totally sure. I don't even know this kid's name. But last week, he texted McKinney and he was like, hey, do y'all pull up? You know how they say pull up? Like,
pull up tonight, pull up to the game night.
Pull up at my family's camp meeting. And apparently a camp meeting is a very like Methodist church thing where like you show up and there's food and it's like maybe like a revival meeting, but they call it camp meeting. Okay. So McKinney tells me he was getting ready to leave and I was like, where are you going? He was like, oh, I'm about to pull up at my friend's family's like compound that they had. They're doing some kind of like, they do some kind of camp meeting or something, he called it, and there's going to be food. They're going to make homemade donuts, and there's probably going to be some worship. He was like, sounds cool. He said, honestly, I have no idea what I'm about to get myself into. And I was like, okay. So, Rebekah, this family, great, I don't know how many greats past grandfather, bought this 5 acres, basically in Hall County. It's like Lula, Gillsville, somewhere out like East Hall, I think. He buys these 5 acres and they basically set up a family camp there. And every year, this same week in the summer, every year since the 1800s, this family has been gathering for this camp meeting. And each family has their own cabin. It's hundreds of people. And it's these cabins built in a circle on this 5 acres. McKinney says, oh, I know. It's weird. McKinney says this old lady came up to him and said, we've been doing this for 150 years. The only year we missed was the year that Sherman burnt Atlanta.
What? Oh my God.
McKinney said he was just like, what in the world?
What are you talking about?
So this family has
What?
since the 1800s been coming to their camp meeting for a week at this compound
Oh,
in Lula.
oh my God.
They each have houses or cabins that they've built, and they're like really rough. Like some of them are really rough. Now, McKinney said that his friend's family's cabin is okay. You're gonna die when I tell you this.
Did
He
McKinney
said
stay in a cabin? Did he stay there overnight?
he didn't stay there overnight. No, he just stayed. This
Okay, I
was
don't
like
know if that's
friend
safe,
day. You
so.
could invite your friends. Otherwise, there's people aren't invited. Like this is just
Oh,
family. It's very
well, yeah, of
exclusive.
course. Why would I even think that? Yeah.
Right. I mean, it sounds a little cultish,
Well,
honestly.
yeah, absolutely, it's cultish. The same group meeting for like nearly 200 years? Yeah, that's a cult, Mom. That's a
Yeah,
cult.
yeah, it's wild. So, but McKinney said the worship was really good, and he said they did make homemade donuts after, like they were dropping them in oil. He
Okay.
said they were really good. He said the food was good. But basically, so his friend's family's cabin, he said it was actually pretty nice. But not everybody has a bedroom. Someone has to die for you. So like his friend has finally gotten his own little room, little cubby
Because someone
in this house
died?
because someone died.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not making this up. I promise you I'm not making this up. And it reminded me of that
so
one
sad
Gilmore
how
Girls.
Joe died, but at least I can get his bedroom in the summer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So now his
crazy.
friend has his own little cubby bedroom because somebody finally died. Kick the bucket. But it reminded me, Rebekah, of that one Gilmore Girls intro where they're talking about who are we going to kick out of the
family
mausoleum.
Yes. And they decided to kick out the cousin.
Aunt Cecile.
Aunt Cecile. Yeah.
Was it Aunt Cecile?
I think so.
Time out.
Hey, I don't remember what you said. What do I do with all this?
Oh, just stick that down in the air fryer
Just like this.
and put it on bake. Yeah.
That's it.
For like 30 minutes for like 400.
Well, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll be outside so you can check on it.
Okay, I'll check out in 30 minutes. Yeah, so they had to kick out Aunt Cecile so that I guess Lorelai could have her spot or somebody could have her spot. But anyway, that's what it reminded me of. It's like literally someone has to die for this kid to get his own like room in this compound. Isn't that wild?
So why have we not started this with our family yet? Like,
well, we don't have 5 acres for everybody to build their own house on. For one, but I mean,
That's
it's
insane.
amazing. People have some crazy like family traditions. And I would like to hear some of them. So to all of our podcast listeners, if you have any like crazy, long-standing family traditions, especially with like extended family, the Crozier Girls really want to know about it because this kind of blew my mind that this is going on 20 minutes up the road for me.
Yeah, that this cult
for
is
200 years.
If you have one crazier than this, though, like, please give us a phone call. Like, I mean, like,
right.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna get some kind of camera crew and do a story on you because this is a Netflix series.
So the rest of the year, those 5 acres just lay empty. Like no one lives there full time.
Yeah, I don't think so. But a lot of the family, they all live like pretty close. So I think they go maintain their own cabin and maintain the property.
Okay.
But yeah, no one lives there full time. Isn't that wild? Just kind of blew my mind.
So crazy. Okay. Wow. That's so interesting.
I know. I'm telling you, I had so much on my list. It's so
culty, but it's also like it's a family. So it's like
it's really cool.
But it's a
honestly.
family of like, oh, we've been doing this for 150 years. So like some people there are like so extended family. Like you wouldn't know them if your family didn't have this tradition.
Well, no. I mean, McKinney said that his friend doesn't even know some of these people that are coming. There's there's well over 100 people.
I mean, we struggle at Abbeville to know everybody, and that's not even that many people.
No, you struggle. I know everyone.
My generation, meaning me, my brothers, and my cousins.
Okay.
You do, but like we sometimes struggle, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, because we only see y'all. You generally only see them once a year. So yeah. So anyway. Man. So okay,
Crazy.
that was on my list, and then and then the other stuff is just from our trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
So
well, I have a funny story I wanted to tell about a visit that I got from my maintenance guy the other day.
Okay.
Maintenance update.
Okay. Okay. Maintenance update. I like it.
Okay, so the other day. Okay, well, I've been having like issues with my sinks. Like I put in so many maintenance requests for these sinks. And anyway, so I I had submitted one before I went to Boston, but then they didn't come, so I just submitted a new one, whatever. So they came, this was sometime last week, and it's always the same guy. This is the same guy I think I've mentioned on here who has been like, "Are you 18? Are you the primary resident here?"
Right,
And I'm like,
right. He
"I'm
always
resident here, and I'm
asks.
actually 6 years older than you think I am."
Right. What's his
Um,
name? Does he have a name?
Well, I'm sure he has one, but I don't know. He doesn't wear a name tag, and I've never asked. Like, I'm not. Usually, I'm working. I'm just like, okay, cool, do that. I'm
Well,
gonna work.
let's
Like,
give
I'm
him a
not really.
name, like Rupert. I mean, could he be a
He
Rupert?
doesn't look. Maybe a. He looks like the kind of guy who plays video games in his parents' basement still.
Okay. So maybe like, I don't know, Eric?
It'd be so
I'm just trying to
offensive.
think of like
No, I can go with Rupert. That's okay. I
Rupert.
can go with Rupert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he look like a Rupert?
I don't know, what does a Rupert look like? I've never met a Rupert.
I don't know. I have a picture in my head. You tell me what
Okay.
the guy looks like. Every
well,
guy when you see him, you're like, oh, I bet his name is.
Yeah, I'm not good at that game though. I'm really bad at it.
Okay. I love that game. I personally love that game.
Me too. I'm just like really bad because I can't think quick enough of like, oh, this, like, I can't just immediately be like, oh, like have a thought and think it about a person.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, well, we
So-
need to find a name for him, so just
Okay.
be thinking about that.
I'll
and then-
ask him
okay.
what his actual name is. maybe
Okay,
next time, but-
that's kind of a nice idea, but I think my
Yeah.
I think my game's better. So anyway, okay, carry on.
No, I like your game. We can go on Rupert.
Okay,
Okay.
Rupert.
So Rupert comes over, yeah, and he like it's 60 my sink. He tells me like, oh, this keeps happening because of like some kind of construction and like plastic keeps clogging up the sink. I don't know, whatever. He switched it out and it is like working fine now, like the water pressure, whatever.
Okay.
So he's like finishing up, and I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm like about to like kind of go back to my office, and he's like, so I have kind of a weird request for you, and I was like, oh no, like. Yeah, I already get like not like scary vibes from him, but like he's
Chester.
socially awkward vibes.
Chester.
Like,
Is he Chester?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Chester,
I think
Chester. I'm not going to finish it because maybe there's children that listen to this, but Chester,
Oh,
Chester, child.
Mom. Oh my gosh.
Is
Well,
he
don't
a
say that. He's
Chester?
not that bad. He's like a nice, normal person, but
Okay,
just a
okay,
little
sorry. Carry
socially awkward and like
Chester Rupert.
just like a little
Okay.
weird. Yeah. So anyway, so he's like, I have a weird request for you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I in danger? Like, what's happening right now?
Right.
Because like I'm just alone in my apartment with a man. You know, it's not like ideal, but I also don't want him coming in when I'm not there. You know, whatever.
Right.
So,
Sure.
anyways, and so he's like, okay, so there's this apartment in this building that has this bulldog, this really old bulldog. And I'm like, what in the world? Where is this going? And he's like, it has this really old bulldog. And like every time I have to go into this apartment to do maintenance, like the bulldog like barks when he sees me, and then he starts like wheezing, and I swear he stops breathing for like a full 10 seconds. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was just like, I don't know where this is going. I was like, is he about to ask me to come with him to watch the bulldog in the apartment? Because that's a no. I'm not going with this man anywhere. And like, I kid you not, that's how he starts this out. Like, he really buries the lead of like what his actual request is. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm so sorry. And he's like, yeah, like I get really scared. Like if this bulldog died on my watch, like I don't know if I could ever get over it. And I was like, no, that's so valid. And I'm just like, where is this going? Like he's still talking about the bulldog.
What's the favor? What's
Right,
the
I'm like,
favor?
what's the favor? Like, why are you talking about this bulldog? And so then he was like, yeah, so I have to go over to this apartment, and he was like, their like windows are broken or something, so I have to take pictures of like what kind of windows they have to like get to order the new windows or something. He like literally showed me on his phone. He was like, here's the request, like I promise. I'm like, okay, and like what do you want me to do? Like I still was like, okay, got it. And then he finally was like, yeah, so I guess he can't like just go into random apartments. Like he has to have like a reason, like a maintenance reason. So
Work order.
I guess like that day it was either my apartment or like the bulldog apartment. And so he was like, all the windows in this building are the same. Can I just take pictures of your windows so I don't have to go in that apartment? And I was like,
okay.
oh, absolutely. Yes. You can take pictures of my windows. Like that's not a big deal. I wish you'd started with that. I wish you'd said, hey, do you mind if I snap a few pictures of my windows? Because, and then I would be standing there like, why am I listening to this story about a bulldog the whole time? So anyway, so then we like leave where like the bathroom is, and he looks at the windows in my living room and he goes, oh wait, you don't actually have the right windows. And I was like, okay, so that was all for nothing.
For nothing.
So
But it's a good story for our podcast.
no, it's a great story. So then he was leaving, he was like, yeah, I guess I gotta go over to that apartment. I hope everything goes well. And I was like, so sorry. Like, yeah, I hope everything's okay. Like, I didn't know what to say.
What are you
So
supposed to say?
I know. So I was like, okay, so sorry. Like, have a nice day. Like, I was so
Oh my
weird.
gosh,
So I
so
hope the
weird.
bulldog lived through that encounter. I don't
Well, I
know.
feel like we're gonna need like a bulldog update. So next time Rupert Chester comes, you need to ask him,
Yeah, I'll ask
hey,
what the
how did it
bulldog
go with the
is.
bulldog when you went to check
Yeah,
their windows last time?
yeah.
So
No, I'll definitely ask him. So he may not even. I'm sure he goes in so many apartments. He's gonna be like, "What? How do you know about the bulldog?" But
yeah,
maybe he'll remember. I
yeah.
don't
Wow. What a
know.
crazy story. Okay, that is
I
crazy.
know.
Speaking of your apartment, you're taking on a roommate.
I am.
That's
Yes.
so exciting.
Yep. My friend Alexandra, who is a very faithful listener of this podcast, she is moving at the end of this month. So very
Okay, that's so
exciting.
exciting. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
have Alexandra on the podcast. I think that
Yeah.
would be,
Yeah,
especially if she's
we
gonna be
really
like
do.
living with you. Y'all are gonna kind of be a
Yeah.
team. So
Yeah, for sure.
um she can be like an adopted Crozier girl. So
Okay. She would love that. Yeah.
yeah,
That would
yeah.
be great.
She is so
Yeah.
sweet and I'm so
Yeah.
excited that you're gonna have a roommate. So that's exciting. So we will
Yep. Me
hopefully
too.
have some fun. Y'all will have some fun roommate stories to share.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
That'll be fun.
It'll be so fun. And
And
speaking of
then let's see,
her,
you've been on a trip.
yes, speaking of Alexandra, we went to Boston together like last week-ish. And it was so fun. While I was there, I was like, I need to like see what crazy things happened for the podcast, like for stories. Um, and I mean, I feel like nothing like super podcast worthy like happened, but I did want to share just because I thought it was so funny. The very first day that we were there, we're walking outside on the street, and all of a sudden I can't lift my foot up. I'm like, what's happening? Like, why can't I not lift my foot off the ground? I finally like get my foot off the ground. Like, I'm in tennis shoes. I finally get my foot off the ground. You're like, what's happening? And I look at my foot. Gum all
Bubble
over the bottom of
gum.
my shoe,
Oh,
all over. I was so annoyed. It was our first day. Like, we had just left the hotel. Like, we just gotten there from the airport and we just
oh,
left. Like, that's how first day it was.
come
And so
on,
then I went to
Boston.
the bathroom in like a McDonald's and I literally was like, I need something to scrape it off. And like, you just need to at least scrape it enough to where everything I was stepping on, it was like my foot was sticking.
Sticking.
And so I like I had my purse and so I reached in, I was like, I just need like, do I have a card I don't use, like some kind of gift card or something? I have my credit cards and then I have my Sanford student ID card, which is the one card in my wallet that I never use. So I used my Sanford student ID
No.
card in the bathroom of this McDonald's to like scrape off the gum. I cleaned it off, like I still have it and stuff, but
Okay. Yeah, because you
it
could
was
get
so
discounts for
funny.
having a student ID, and since you
Oh,
look
I know.
18, I guess you
I
could still
used it
capitalize
all
on
the
it.
time in Europe for stuff like student
Yeah.
discount. Yep, I'm a student. So yeah,
Oh man,
I know.
how far you have fallen, how far Sanford has fallen when you're
I
using your
know.
sweet little
It's
ID
so
to
funny.
scrape gum off the bottom of your shoe. Wow. If you're at McDonald's, why didn't you just get like a fork or a knife?
I guess I didn't think about it, but that's a good point. I
Yeah,
don't know. I just went straight to the bathroom and I just was like, what do I have like
because you
with
were
me? But
sticking to everything. That's so
yeah.
annoying. I'm sorry that happened. That's really
And
annoying.
that the trip was uphill from there. It was so
Okay,
fun.
great.
Just fun girls trip and
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I love that. And then Dad and I just got back with Micah yesterday from Chicago. Dad and I we flew out on Friday and we kind of just did our thing in Chicago for Saturday and Sunday. It rained most of I do have something to tell. And it's this. I've had a couple of very busy weeks. So I did not have time to plan our 2 days in Chicago. We had
Oh yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to put it into Chat GPT and let it spit me out a 2-day itinerary with one of the days being very rainy because we knew on Saturday it was supposed to be super rainy. So that's what I did. I put in Chat GPT. It spit out for me 2 days. They look great. I was like, perfect. This is what we're going to do. So we start out on Saturday. We went to the Institute of Art or whatever, the art museum in Chicago. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
Dad and I have realized about ourselves that we really enjoy an art museum.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too. We went to one in Boston and we could have spent We did spend, like, hours there.
We
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
stayed there if we weren't ready for lunch and super hungry. We could have stayed there for all day.
Yeah.
They had some
I love
beautiful
an art museum.
pieces. They had the really famous American Gothic of like the farmer with the pitchfork.
Mhm.
A lesser known fact about that is not his wife. That is his daughter in that
Oh,
painting.
I never knew that.
So that's
Crazy.
interesting. Anyway, we saw so many cool paintings. It was great. So then we left that and we went to lunch. And then after lunch, we went to the Chicago Architectural Center. And we bought tickets to do a architectural river cruise for Sunday. But then we also, with that ticket, we could do the architectural center. So we were kind of walking around that. It was fine. There was a couple of exhibits. One was about basically how architects come up with solutions to problems. And the one that they were exhibiting was birds flying into windows and dying.
Well,
Like
that's not what
millions of
you wanted
birds
to
every
see.
year die flying into windows. And so it was like all these different designs they do with windows and this and that. And
Oh.
that's fine. I don't
I
particularly
just
like
feel like the
birds.
birds should be more careful. Like, why are we trying to
Well, they don't
help
realize
them?
it's a window. I mean, I guess the
Okay,
way their
so
eyesight, they just fly right into it and die. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't like birds. I think I've talked about that on the podcast before,
Yeah.
so I really didn't care about
Remember
that.
last year when I got attacked by a bird in Venice,
Yes,
and I
I
shared
do
that story in the
remember. That was
podcast? Yeah.
terrifying. So anyway, that was fine. There actually in the lower level of the architectural center, there was a model of the entire city of Chicago, which if you know Dad, he loves looking
my
at like a
goodness.
model. It was so cool.
Sort
And
of
then also
there
they had
forever.
one of Wrigley Field. And so we spent a little
Oh,
bit of time
that's
looking
cool.
at that. But then Dad was like, hey, if we're going to go to the Rookery building, we need to get going because it's about a storm. And I was like, okay, that's the one thing I wanted to do today
I
was to go
know.
to the Rookery
That's
building.
when you sent me your ChatGPT itinerary, I was like, this building looks beautiful. I can't wait for you to
Yes.
go there.
Right. So it's about 2:00 on Saturday. And I was like, let's go to this Rookery building. Well, Rebekah, ChatGPT AI messed up my itinerary because guess what closes early on Saturday?
The Rookery.
The Rookery building. And guess what's closed on Sundays? The Rookery building. So guess who didn't get to see the one thing she wanted to see in all of Chicago? This girl. I was
All because
so
of
mad.
AI.
All because
Yep.
of AI.
Yep.
So I know people love it. I know people think ChatGPT is awesome. I personally don't. Right now, I'm still very angry at Chat, and I don't think I'll be using it to plan any trips anytime soon. So
Mhm. I have become I used to be a big oh, I use ChatGPT for stuff, but I've become increasingly I dislike it even more because it's just the more I use it, the more incorrect it seems somehow.
so
I
many
feel like it's
mistakes.
getting worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So I got back to the hotel that night and I looked up my agenda and I sent ChatGPT a couple of responses. I say to ChatGPT, the Rookery building closes at 2 on Saturdays, so you messed up my plans to see it. Thanks for nothing. And Chat comes back and says, you're right, and I apologize. I should have verified the Saturday hours before building your itinerary. You think? Like,
At
that's
least
the
she
first thing you should
apologized.
have done is verified the hours before
Yeah.
building my itinerary.
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like that's like a pad apology. I don't accept Chat's apology. And like I said, I will not be using AI to plan any trips anytime soon. And I don't recommend any of you do that either. So just know if you use
Or
it, you better triple
if
and
you
double check
yes.
what it tells you.
And that's the lesson with AI that people aren't grasping. You use it to your heart's content, but if you use it, you have to double check it. So ChatGPT came up with a great itinerary for you. So the next step is to I'm not saying it's your fault, it's not your fault, it's ChatGPT's fault. But the next step is to double check, make sure things are open, make sure the hours of things, make sure things are close on a map,
Yeah,
stuff like
the
that.
problem
And
is
that's everything with AI. You have to
right.
double check it. You literally
Yeah.
have to.
And the problem is, I think, like for me, I didn't realize that. I just thought it's pulling information from all these
right.
websites. It should have
Yeah.
been pulling information from the Rookery building and been able to see that they close at 2:00 on Saturday. And yet
that's
it
how
didn't.
AI gets people, and why things are becoming increasingly more incorrect when people use AIs, because they think, oh, it's AI, like I don't need to, yeah, it's pulling resources, I don't really need to double check it. This is more foolproof than just Googling, and it's not.
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Perfect
anyway,
example of it.
lesson
So
learned.
again, people stay away. All they want to do is drain your brain cells and make us all more stupid and dependent on them. And they keep feeding us false information. So stay away from AI, and their apologies stink. So anyway, that's my AI rant on that. The rest of our trip was great. Okay, I needed to tell you this though. Have you ever heard of
Okay.
Lollapalooza?
It sounds familiar, but what
It's
is
a
it?
music festival.
Okay.
It's this
Yeah.
massive music festival, and guess where it was this weekend?
Oh, is it in Chicago?
Chicago. And when I tell you, Rebekah, 500,000 people came to the city for this music concert, this music festival. So 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this music festival. I didn't recognize the name of a single band on there except for Smashing Pumpkins. The rest of them, I have no idea who they are. So anyway, but here's what I want to say. We kept seeing all these girls dressed in basically bathing suits. I mean, bikini tops, and like, you would not believe the shorts. I mean, it's
I'm
like
sure I would believe it.
spandex shorts with booty hanging out. I walking around the streets. It kind of blew my mind. But
Yeah.
here's the part of their fit that was baffling to me. Okay, and I use the term fit lightly, like I'm putting that in air quotes because I think that's what you kids call it nowadays, like this is a fit, right?
Yeah.
The number of people walking around with backpacks with a camelback water straw, I don't understand it. Like, you're not running a marathon. Why do you have the water straw? That goes in the
Yeah.
backpack.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is there alcohol in there? And like, most of them, it didn't even look like there was anything in it. Like, it's almost like it was just part of their outfit,
That's
wearing these
weird.
backpacks with the water straw just hanging out. It
I've
was
never
weird.
seen that.
Yeah.
Like, were they just trying to stay hydrated because they're at a festival all day long? Like,
Maybe that's what Dad said, and I was like,
because
I don't know.
I guess people for like Coachella might do well. I don't know. I feel like people don't care about staying hydrated during festivals, though. But I don't know. That's
I
interesting.
mean, it was weird. So if anybody has any insight into that,
Yeah.
we do have one listener.
check that
While I don't know that he would go to Lollapalooza, he is a big music guy and like follows a lot of like smaller bands. And him and his 18-year-old son listen, and his wife too. I don't know if he wants me to call him out, but I wonder if he knows who he is. Like,
I don't. So you have to tell me afterwards.
BH, I'm talking to you right now. And if you know what Lollapalooza is, and if you know why all these girls are, and boys too, wearing these backpacks with the camelback water straw hanging out, I need you to let me know. So anyway, it was weird. It was so weird. And it wasn't just one or two. Like at first I was like, why are these kids at this? We were at a restaurant. And then I started noticing tons of people. And I'm telling you how so many of them have these. So it was
I'm gonna
weird.
look this up.
Yeah, I mean, it was so weird. So anyway, but that's pretty much my Chicago updates.
When we were in Boston, Ariana Grande was there for her tour, and so, and one of our, like, main, like, subway stops that we got off on was, like, like, it's called TD Garden, it's, like, whatever arena or whatever she was, like, performing in, so we always, like, saw the lines of people, like, waiting outside, and, we got asked, like, so many times, Alexandra and I, like, "Oh, are you guys going to Ariana Grande concert?" Because we were, like, wearing cute outfits every night and stuff to, like, go out to dinner or whatever, so people,
Right.
like, I guess just, like, thought we were, like, going to Ariana Grande concert, but we weren't. But,
Right.
there were a lot of people there for that.
So I did just Google it, and it said attendees at Lollapalooza wear backpacks with water straws, commonly known as hydration packs or camelbacks, because they are the most efficient way to stay safely hydrated while navigating a massive, hot, multi-day music festival.
I mean, it
So
makes practical sense. It just kinda shocks me that people are actually doing that.
it says temperatures routinely soar in the 80s and 90s with very little shade. Dancing and walking miles between stages in dense crowds makes heat, exhaustion, and dehydration incredibly common. So Anyway, and it says they have a very strict bag policy. Normal backpacks normally aren't allowed, but hydration packs are granted an exemption.
Oh,
And
that
so
makes sense.
anyway, okay, well, there you have it. It was, Rebekah, it was so weird. It looked stupid is what I'm
Well,
going to tell you.
yeah.
So outside of NSI, that and like graduation, that was our trip to Chicago. So
Yeah. Do you
anyway,
want to talk about NSI?
yeah. Well, should we talk about Dad accidentally left his ID at home? So, which wasn't a problem getting on the airplane because if you use touchless ID, you just walk up to the machine, it scans your face, you go right through, which it's also some type of
I
AI.
didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah. And it's so fast and it's a whole separate line, even from TSA PreCheck.
Oh, okay. I need to do that.
Faster. I
That's
feel like I should take that out because I don't want a bunch of people to start doing it. Although we only have
Yeah.
like 30 listeners, so I don't think
Well, can you send me like the information on how to do that?
it's on your Delta app.
Oh,
Just have to go in
huh.
and allow it. Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah. And when we were in Chicago,
What am I allowing? Yeah, that sounds a little sketchy. What am I
you're allowing
allowing?
them to scan your face is what you're
They're gonna
allowing.
scan my face every time I
Biometrics.
leave my apartment and go outside anywhere.
Exactly.
Everything is scanning my
Biometrics,
face,
which
so I
is
guess
it's
it's
I
fine.
know.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
true. I mean, they're coming for all of us, so
I know. We're all gonna die. It's
but
fine.
when we were at O'Hare trying to fly out, Dad and I were in TSA PreCheck line, and the lady was like, "Anyone touchless? Anyone touchless?" I was like, "We are," and we just bypassed even all the PreCheck to go to touchless. So it was really, really good and worth it. So travel
Crazy.
hot tip for all of you. Although not too many of you because we don't want our little secret to get foiled. Okay, so Dad forgot his ID, which again, it wasn't a big deal getting on the airplane in Atlanta. It really wasn't a big deal any other time we were there, but you had to have your ID to get into the NSI graduation. And so we had McKinney. McKinney was home, thank the Lord, and he was so good. He got Dad's ID, he took it to FedEx, and he overnighted it. So it was a costly mistake, but it was an accident. Mistakes happen, and we did. We got the McKinney FedExed it overnight on Friday, and we had it in our hands Saturday evening.
Yeah.
And the graduation was
Nice.
Monday. So that worked out. So we get there, we got in line. The car got in line at 6 a.m. And we were probably, I would say, the 10th car in line. Like we were not fooling around. We were gonna be there early. And so you can probably hear the lawnmower, but I'm having to go check on the dinner real quick. So that's where I'm headed. That looks really good. I put the
What are you
Brussels
making?
sprouts. Well, I just have rotisserie chicken, but I put the Brussels sprouts in the air fryer, still in the
Ooh.
metal container. I got them at Sam's, like already made.
Okay.
But I left them in the metal container, and I just put that whole container down in the air fryer, and they are so crunchy.
That sounds
Oh
really
my
good.
goodness. Yeah, and I'm not having to heat the house with the oven, so even better. My goodness.
True.
That's a great idea. I'm so smart. Okay. Anyway, so we get there, we get in, and we had to wait for a long time. The actual ceremony didn't start until 9, 10 Eastern time, 9 Central time. And but Rebekah, it was so awesome. I know you got to watch it, but just being there in person, like they marched in, he was in his dress whites. And then he took the oath. Like he took an oath
I know.
to defend our country and the Constitution against
Foreign or
enemies,
domestic
foreign
enemies.
and domestic. And it's like, wow. I mean, he's
Bloody.
I know, and he looked so good in his
I
uniform,
know.
and man, after it was over, I mean, we haven't seen him in almost 3 weeks, and we've only talked to him for a grand total of 30 minutes. Not even. 2 phone calls. One was 13 minutes and one was 15. And that is it that we have talked to him in almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so as soon as it was over, the commander or whoever, admiral, I don't know all the ranks, but they said dismissed, and the kids said dismissed, and then all the parents just started flooding onto the floor to try to find him. And at first I couldn't find him, and I was like, where's my baby? But it was just the best hug, and just oh man, it was we were all emotional. And anyway, it's just really cool to hear all the stories, and he had to do some really, really hard things, but he's awesome, and he passed everything, and, you know, it's just a really big honor that he even earned the scholarship. Not all the kids that apply get the scholarship.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's really hard to get, and, then it's really hard to follow through and do all the things you have to do to get to this point. So we're just really proud of him. He looks so good. He came home with, this gigantic duffel bag. They call it the sea bag, and full of I mean, they told him not to bring any clothes, right? We talked
Yeah,
about
he
that on
got, like, 3 new wardrobes, like, while
Yeah,
he was there. Yeah.
yeah. So many new wardrobes. I mean, his, NWUs, those are like the camos, Navy work uniform.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, Navy work uniform, and then he has uniforms for drill and uniforms for PT and his dress whites, and then he's got khaki uniform, which I haven't seen him in, and I mean,
And then
it's
just some
crazy. 3 pairs
navy
of shoes,
t-shirts, navy shorts,
t-shirt,
shoes,
shorts, a
yeah.
tracksuit.
Oh,
It's
track.
wild. It's wild. Yeah, how much stuff. And the other thing he brought home with him is a whole new vocabulary.
Yeah, he was just, like, saying stuff, and I was like, "I don't even know, like, what you're
Yeah.
saying."
Yeah, it was like a whole I mean, I had to keep saying, "Now what is that? Now what is that?"
He was just like, "Yeah, oh, the IPs and what else? I don't know."
Right. Like, for example, what do you think a string hanging off of a piece of clothing might be called? You know
A
those little
string,
strings?
right, why do we need a word for it? It's just a string, what do you
Right.
mean?
Do you
But it's
remember
called an
what it was
IP.
called?
Yeah, it's called an
Yeah.
IP. Yeah.
Do you know what it stands for?
Irish, pennant? You looked it
Pennant.
up. Is that
An
what
Irish
that
pennant.
yeah,
Like,
like, what in
what
the
in the
world?
world? It's a string
Yeah,
hanging off your uniform.
I know.
And he has to go through and make sure they're all trimmed, all the IPs,
Crazy,
Irish
yeah.
pennant. So next time you guys see a string hanging off someone's clothes, say, "You got an Irish
You got
pennant
an
hanging off."
IP there? Yeah.
His hat, when their hats are called their cover, and so, like, when he's inside, he has to keep his cover on
Mhm.
if he's in his dress uniform or whatever. When he's outside, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. When he's
When he's
outside, he has to keep
outside,
it on.
yeah.
When he's inside, he's supposed to take it off. Unless, like, during the ceremony, they said all active military in uniform, keep your cover on. So, like, they said that to them at the beginning of the
Oh, okay.
ceremony to all the people in the, like, audience that
Audience
maybe were
too.
active, like parents that are
Yeah,
active duty.
yeah.
And then we were talking to him just random, and he was like, "Yeah, we had to carry around our ink stick." Wasn't that what ink stick?
Yeah, ink stick, the
I
pen,
was
our
like, "You need a pen?"
notebook and ink stick.
Yeah.
Like, "Yeah, after I was in Iraq, I had to go to the head." Like, it's like,
Yeah.
"What are you saying?" Like
So true. I had to put on my go fasters.
yeah.
Do you know go faster?
I start calling my tennis shoes
Yeah,
that.
for those of you who don't know, those are tennis shoes, running
Yeah,
shoes, your go
yeah.
fasters. So it's just funny. And he like now is like using these words like we know what they mean. And I'm like, hey, hold up, time out. What does that
Yeah.
mean? So
I
it's
mean,
just
I bet it's a little bit of a culture not I get culture shock is not the right word, but, like, he was just, like, in such
yes,
intense, like,
so intense.
whatever for, like, 3 weeks, so, like, that's
Yeah.
all he heard, then now he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like, back in the normal
And
world."
they had no interaction with the outside world. Like the only way he knew who won the World Cup is they had a special officer of some sort come in and speak to them. And he was like, "Oh, anybody like the World Cup?" And several of them raised their hands. He was like, "All right, Spain won." And the guys were like, "Oh my gosh," they had no idea. They had
Yeah,
no
that's
details
crazy.
as to how it happened, that it went to OT and all of that. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
yeah,
they've had no contact with the outside world. So it's kind of
crazy.
weird, but he loved it. He said the food was really good. He has all these new friends and all this camaraderie, and
But
he's
yeah, since they didn't have their phones, all of them wrote down their, like, Instagram handles and phone numbers in each other's notebooks. So he just has, like,
right.
pages and pages of, like, guys, like,
It's true.
Instagrams. I was
Right.
like, "What if I just took this and started following all these people?" They're like, Micah's sister got a hold of his notebook.
That's right. It's so funny. He said that they were all joking, like, we feel like we're signing yearbooks. We're like, like you would do
Yeah.
if you were in school. So anyway, it was funny. But Anyway,
He looks so much older with his I feel like he looks older with his haircut,
his shaved
but
head. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, it's exciting. I'm so glad to have him back. I'm so incredibly proud of him. I mean, it's so hard what he's doing, and he's excited about it. And I guess I'm a military mom. You're a Navy sister,
The Navy
wearing
sister.
her shirt proud. I love it.
Yeah, it's a
So
comfy shirt, like, it's, like, big and it yeah,
good, good.
yeah.
My
I'm so
sisters saw your picture and they were like, "Wait, we want Navy Ant shirts." And so Claire went on
Aw.
today and found them, but it's on the Navy Exchange website. And she was like, "You have to be active duty to order off this website. Can you have Micah order them? We'll pay him for them." And
Aw,
so,
that's so
yeah,
fun.
so they want,
That's cute.
Navy Ants shirts. So
Aw,
well, that's all I've got, unless
I
you have
know. No,
other things to say.
I
It
think
was really
that's
sweet
pretty
last
much it.
night for you and McKinney to be here when
I
we got
know.
home. Micah was so happy to see y'all and just
I
sit
know.
and talk and answer. We
Oh,
had so many
darling.
questions for him. Like,
Yeah,
my mind is still like not totally wrapped around all the things that they did. Like, he was in a gas chamber with tear
yeah,
gas and, just all this crazy stuff. It's, yeah.
yeah. No, it's so crazy. I just feel like I still have more questions, so it's
Well, I
like
know. I was asking him a bunch of questions today. He was, he has all these clothes. I mean, it just looks like a bomb went off in my living room with all the stuff that came out of his sea bag. And so today he was showing me the proper way to fold it all. And
Oh,
so
right.
there's a certain way that it all gets folded. And, of course, the way I fold is it's not the right proper way. So
Interesting.
he
I
was
wanna see how it's folded. I'm
showing me.
curious.
Yeah. It's actually really satisfying. It like all stacks up. Like,
Mhm.
anyway. So he
Yeah.
was on the laundry crew. He had to do laundry for his compartment of 90 guys. And that was not an easy task, he told us. So eventually what they started doing is they had mesh laundry bags, and they would tell the guys, if you need laundry, hang your, mesh bag or whatever on your rack, which is, in case you didn't know, it's their bed. And which lifts up and there's a compartment underneath. That's where they stored all their stuff. I don't know if you heard him say
Oh,
that. So
no.
anyway, and they would just to do all this laundry, they would just tie the mesh bag and they would put the mesh bag with all the laundry down in the wash.
Yeah.
That's how they did it
Which
and kept it sorted. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's smart because otherwise you're sorting through laundry that looks exact same for
right.
90 guys.
They have
Yeah.
a stamp kit where he had to stamp every single thing they gave him, every sock, every pair of underwear, every t-shirt, every towel, everything has a stamp with his name on it. And so the first couple times they did laundry, yeah, they just threw it all in, and then it was taking them forever to sort it.
Yeah.
And so they had to get smarter. So I thought that was really smart thinking.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, did you have anything else on your list?
I don't think so. That's pretty
Okay.
much it.
All right. Well, then I guess it's time for us to do high point and low point.
Well, is it crazy of me to say that my high point is that Mike is home?
That's mine too. I mean, there is no other high point. There's
No,
nothing that
that's the
comes
highest point
close to
of the
being as
week.
high as
Yeah.
Micah being home. And we have him for another week and a half before he goes to school. But at least when he's at school, we'll be able to communicate with him, so it'll
Right,
be better,
right.
be
Yeah.
easier.
Are you gonna make him get or not make him, but you're gonna ask him to get Marco Polo? Do you think he would do
I'm going
that?
to see if he will. He's had it before.
I know, but he's never
So,
been active on it.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
never been active. I may ask
Yeah.
him to. Once he realizes like his schedule's so hectic and then we have stuff that we may not be able to talk
Yeah.
as much, he may realize the
Made
value
the
of it. So,
Yeah. It's interesting to
um,
see, like, the different, like, communication styles between all of us kids, like, when we've left home. Like,
yeah,
I ended up talking t and I don't think I ever thought this, but I ended up talking to you way more than McKinney talks to you guys, like, when
yeah.
I was off at college.
The interesting thing
So it's
about
interesting.
McKinney is that he will keep a list of like 3 weeks worth of stuff, and then he'll call us and be like, "Hey guys, can we talk?" And it's like a hour and a half long conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the thing. McKinney
Whereas
like
I would
stores it
just
up.
Marco Polo you or call you when I had something to tell you. Like, I would
Right.
send you a Marco at least, like, once a day at least, like, when I
Yeah.
was in
Yeah.
college. Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely, you and I definitely stayed in more direct contact on a
Yeah.
regular basis than we do with McKinney. I mean, we'll text. Speaking of McKinney, bless his heart,
Oh
he
my gosh,
first
yeah.
shift back today at Chick-fil-A in Dahlonega
Yeah.
from summer, and he slices his arm like
Oh,
centimeters from the
it's
main
so deep.
artery.
Yeah.
It's so deep.
Ugh.
He had to go to the ER and get 4 stitches. And did you watch that video of them
No, why
stitching
would
it
I watch
up?
that video? I almost responded. I was like, why would I even click on this video, McKinney? I'm not
Yeah,
watching
it's
you be
gnarly. I
stitched up.
watched it, and it
Ugh.
was, yeah. That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me too bad, but it was pretty graphic. I mean,
No.
it was open. And he said that before they started stitching it up, they had to numb it. So the guy gave him a shot. They put this big needle down in the where it was sliced open. That's what, yeah, they put a needle
Gosh.
to numb it, and then they did the stitches. So anyway, so bless his heart. But yeah, so we don't talk to him as much. He'll text every now and then, and then he'll call with like an hour plus worth of information, or he'll come home and just be like, I gotta talk to y'all. I have so much to tell you. He's always, I have so much to tell you. And I love it when he says that, because it's gonna be fun, a fun next little bit. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it plays out with Micah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway,
True.
but yes, both of our high points are the same. I would say my low point is we found out this morning that my uncle died.
Oh
He
yeah.
passed away, but what a nice long life. He was 91 years old. And actually, he was in the Navy. And Pop has asked Micah if he could come to the funeral and wear his dress whites to honor my Uncle
Aw,
Lowell.
I
So I
never
hope
knew
it'll work
Lowell
out.
was in the Navy. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. I think he was in the Korean War, I think. So anyway, so that's kind
Crazy.
of a low point. I'm really sad for my Aunt Connie. That's my mom's sister, and she doesn't have any family. She doesn't have any children, so we're really the only family that she has. And so I just hate that she's up there in South Carolina, kind of alone. Pop and Gaga should be there now. They were heading
Okay,
up
good.
this afternoon after
Yeah.
Gaga's appointment, and they were going to go be with her. But anyway, so that would be my low point.
Yeah. That's a understandable low point.
Yeah.
I guess I would say my low point is on Thursday, this past Thursday, I had to say goodbye to one of my very best friends who moved away from this area. So very happy and excited for her like next step. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's always sad to say goodbye to a friend, and I feel like it's a
Yeah.
weird stage of life that I'm in with like friends being in so many different places, which is fun in a way because you get to like go visit them and go to, cool places to go visit
places.
your
Mhm.
friends, but makes it harder to like do life with people. So it's definitely a little sad.
It is. You're at a transitory time in your life, really, where people are moving in and out and they're figuring out their next life steps. And that often means a change of location. And so, yeah, it's a downer when someone has to say goodbye, or hopefully just see you later, right? So, and Chicago's a super fun place. So hopefully you can go out
Yeah.
there and visit her. And
Yeah, for sure.
well, we really appreciate you guys
Right.
listening,
Yeah.
and I hope you've been as entertained by all of our stories as we have been entertained with them ourselves.
We
That
kept saying,
story,
like, over the past, like, week and a half, it's been like
guess what, guys? AirPod fell out.
over the over the past week and a half, it's been like, "Oh my goodness, I have so much for the podcast," or I have to tell you this on the podcast. So,
So
yeah.
much to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many good stories. So, all right. Well, I love you. And oh my goodness, do you hear Twitchy?
Yeah, I hear her. Is she okay?
She is like super vocal. So I love you, and
Love
I
you
guess we'll
too.
see you later this week for fig, prosciutto, and goat cheese
Yep.
pizza.
I'm so excited.
All right. Well, thanks for listening,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.